Banana.
Banana bread. Do 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 do.
Banana bread. Do 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 do. Banana. Nuz. Welcome to Cooking with Missing Ingredients. I'm Carly, and today we are going to be making banana bread without three different things. One, two, three different things. So what are the three missing ingredients in our banana bread today? Very ripe bananas, cake flour, eggs. What? My family has an amazing banana bread recipe. I challenge you to give me a banana bread recipe that is possibly better than this one. This one has more butter, more eggs, more bananas, more sugar than like any other banana bread recipe. So it's basically like banana cake. When you leave it out overnight, it gets this like nice sugary crust on it, and it's amazing. One of the most interesting things about this recipe that it says, warning, follow these instructions exactly or you will not get this amazing texture and taste. I've always followed that because why would I not want that amazing texture and taste? But I've always been kind of curious. Like, this entire series is based on the idea that you might just be out of something, you might be allergic to something, or something just doesn't work for you, whatever it is. Number one, bananas. This recipe calls for very ripe bananas. That makes them more juicy and sweet, makes the cake really moist and soft. I've gone to the store before to buy bananas and all they have is green bananas. Or even just yellow bananas are yummy to eat for lunch or breakfast, put in your cereal, but not very ripe. Do you really have to wait a whole week? Put it in a brown paper bag, can still take a few days. You want to make banana bread right now. Sometimes you don't have time to wait for those naturally ripened bananas. So that's number one. How to sort of maybe artificially ripen the bananas. So a little bit about bananas. There's a lot about bananas. I mean, there's a million things. They go back to hieroglyphics in ancient Egypt, the world's most popular fruit. Technically, they're a berry. The bush that they grow on is technically an herb. The banana peel is supposed to have healing qualities, mosquito bites, splinters, whiten your teeth. They used to have seeds. Most common type of banana currently is the Cavendish. There are over 1,000 different varieties. Plantains are just a different variety of banana that tends to be less sweet and more starchy. Ones that taste like ice cream. There's all kinds of cool stuff about bananas. Healthy, historical bananas.
What makes them ripen?
Right. I know this. Ethel Merman, or Ethel
Oh, that's
Merman.
right. Jolene. Ethylene.
Ethylene. So it's ethylene is the natural gas in fruits that make them ripen. Additional way to help your bananas ripen, to put them in a brown paper bag with preferably some other ripe fruits. Ethylene gets in there and helps the bananas ripen. When you keep them in a bunch, they help each other ripen. This little plastic wrap on the top is something that the producers put on there because it keeps them actually from ripening. So we have very ripe bananas that I naturally ripened by sitting out in a paper bag for a while, and I have green bananas that I just bought from the store. Matt back here.
Me.
He has given us some information, and we've double checked on the internet as well, that the recommended procedure for quickly ripening your bananas is to bake them. So if you bake your green bananas or yellow bananas for a few minutes in the oven, that is supposed to quick ripen your bananas. And so we're going to try it today and see how that actually compares to naturally very ripe bananas. Number two, cake flour. Cake flour is not something that people usually have in their pantry just sitting around because it's a separate box of cake flour and most people just have regular flour. But for today, for the science of the thing, so cake flour, according to the box, it's 27 times finer than a regular flour. So apparently they just really process it and really sift it until it's super fine. And apparently that also pulls out some of the proteins, which flour protein you may have heard of is called gluten. And it apparently has a little bit less than regular flour so that it creates a finer texture to the cakes instead of a more chewy texture like you find in yeast breads and things like that. We are gonna try this amazing banana bread, banana cake recipe, whatever you want to call it, with regular flour just to kind of see what the real difference is. It may be more necessary in something like an angel food cake or a chiffon cake that's very light, but for this particular banana bread recipe, I'm really curious to see just how important the cake flour is. Thirdly, when I was looking at this recipe, it dawned on me, except for the eggs, this is actually a vegan recipe. I'm not vegan, but a lot of people are vegan these days, whether you have an egg allergy, or eggs are also something you have to keep fresh or you can go through pretty quick for breakfast. So you might not have the eggs or want to eat the eggs. Otherwise, this might actually be a really amazing vegan banana bread as well. So I wanted to see how it works without the eggs. Both talking to people I know and researching online, the primary cool in egg substitute these days is to use aquafaba. What is aquafaba? Aquafaba means literally water beans, so it's like bean water. Coined in the old historical year of 2015 by a guy named Goose. Hey Goose, you're on Twitter, so you might even see my video sometime. But anyway, so a guy named Goose from Muncie, Indiana, Parks and Recs fan. Chickpeas are supposed to be the best as an egg substitute, but I think any beans technically can work. Buy a can, or you simmer some dry beans over the stove in some water for a while. Basically all the starches and proteins that kind of seep into the water creates something similar to the protein of an egg white. You can actually whip it up and make like a meringue substitute, a whipped cream substitute, marshmallows. So we're gonna try that today as our third missing ingredient. So a couple of differing recommendations for how to bake your bananas to quickly ripen them in the oven, but we're gonna go with the fastest one, which is 350 for 5 to 7 minutes until they get brown, looking like our super very ripe bananas. So for one loaf, we'll do 3 bananas. Also, that was super hard. I'm super exhausted now. So I've got my 3 bananas. We're gonna put it into 350-degree oven. All right, so we're setting our timer for 6 minutes. What? It's actually been about 12 minutes for us to be able to get the nice brown color here. 5 to 7 minutes didn't really work, so we needed like 10 to 12 or more. We're gonna start with our control banana bread. I've got my very ripe bananas. You can get an idea of what they should look like. Ooh, all right. These are nice and easy to peel. Squeeze them right out here. Here's what our super very ripe, mushy, sweet, super easy to mush up here. So that's what we're going to be going for when we mash up our oven ripened bananas, is something like this. So now we're going to try our oven ripened banana substitution. Let's see how these are looking. Ooh, it looks really good. It is still, ooh, it's still pretty firm in the middle though. The peels are still a little bit tougher to peel open. Here you can see the comparison. They aren't quite as brown, so they don't have as much of that natural
But they're mushing up fine.
They do smell a little bit different. Mash, mash, mash. We are going to do our cake flour for the official control. 1 1/4 cups of flour, or 5.3-ish ounces, but that's what we're going with, is 5.3 ounces. Got it. All right. Even though this cake flour is already super duper sifted, this recipe calls to sift it yet again 3 times. If you want to be a super duper baker, weigh your other dry ingredients, you can. For now, we're just going to do this. I don't know how to describe it, but cake flour does have like a different smell to it. It smells almost sweeter. Like it definitely is a different product. It has more of a light, sweet smell to it. Sift in the cake flour. So we've got our beautiful cake flour. We'll put that to the side for now. So we're gonna do our flour substitution, which today, oddly enough, is regular flour. Almost there. There we go, 5.3 ounces. Okay, cool. Baking soda, salt, and then we're gonna sift 3 times. Sifting the flour is always magical, right? Just like a beautiful snowy mountain. Okay, so we're gonna beat 2 eggs. It just says to make sure that you beat the eggs well. So I have a can of chickpeas to acquire my aquafaba. For every single egg, you use 3 tablespoons of the liquid, and for every egg white, 2 tablespoons. So our recipe for a single loaf, we're gonna need 6 tablespoons of aquafaba to substitute for 2 whole eggs. Get it all out here. It really does look a lot like egg whites, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You are supposed to make sure that you beat it like you would eggs to get some foam. So we got a nice foamy aquafaba. So now we're gonna do our control version, the original recipe as it is in the book. Beautiful. All right, and then we've got our cake flour. I'm gonna put into here. We have our beautiful control original banana bread recipe. See how this looks in comparison. Ooh. We'll see if they taste different. So that'll be the big most important part, right? How they taste. All right, and now to do our oven ripened banana substitute. Next up is our flour substitute. Now we're gonna do our aquafaba instead of our eggs. Okay, so we have our 4 beautiful loaves of banana bread. Here we have our control. We have our flour substitute, quick ripened banana substitute, and our vegan substitute without egg.
There they are.
Okay. All right, 55 minutes. Oh. So we're taking these out 55 minutes to an hour. We left them in a few extra minutes because we checked them with a toothpick. We're just gonna leave them in for a couple more minutes. All right, so we've got our first 2 pulled out of the oven. Because the whole top rack, bottom rack thing, our last 2 are gonna sit in there for a minute. According to the recipe, we're supposed to, quote, immediately turn these out onto a wire rack. So this is our control here. All right, ooh, beautiful. And then this is our regular all-purpose flour. Okay, oh, ooh, we got a little stuck to the bottom. Immediately! We need to immediately put these out on a wire rack. Fast ripened bananas. Beautiful. Again, woo! All right. And look at that. A little sticky. Beautiful banana bread. So we're gonna let our banana bread cool for a little bit and then we're gonna taste them.
Taste test!
Taste test, yay! We have this beautiful banana bread here to try. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. You really can tell a difference in between each one individually.
Yeah, they do look different actually.
Yeah, and like, so we have the control.
Control.
This
is with regular all-purpose flour. Fast ripened bananas and vegan.
Okay, so
now first impression that's really strange to me is that the regular all-purpose flour got stuck to the pan. Oven ripened banana one looks like the banana parts of it are darker.
Yeah, it almost looks like a chocolate chip cake.
Yeah. Vegan one does look definitely more crumbly.
And it definitely did not rise.
No, it didn't
the
rise.
same
It is more
as
flat.
the other ones.
So let's try it. Yeah, so here's our control banana bread.
Right. I'm really excited for this because you've really talked up this banana bread recipe to me.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's very light. It's very banana-y. Big surprise there.
It's yummy.
Yeah, that's just a good banana bread.
Yeah, it's very good.
You'd be...
It's like banana cake, really. Okay.
So, all-purpose flour then.
All-purpose flour instead of cake flour.
Not as light.
Yeah,
it's not as fluffy.
Yeah, but it tastes good, though.
Which, that's the important part.
It is more crumbly, so if you were going to serve it at a party or something like that, this certainly isn't going to present as well.
Yeah, taste-wise,
in terms
almost indistinguishable. Definitely the mouth feel and the texture, you can tell the difference that the cake flour makes.
So
Oven ripened
cheers.
banana.
Oven ripened banana. So technically, this one shouldn't be as sweet.
It's not either.
Oh yeah.
Going back to the control here,
Yeah, it's not
much sweeter.
and more moist.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because it's in comparison with that. And in fact, then if you don't like as sweet,
Yeah, maybe this
You
is the
know.
way to go then.
here's the vegan. All right, very crumbly.
Has a different flavor.
Really good though. Strangely, very almost extra candy-like. I
Yeah.
definitely would eat this though, but
Yeah, I would eat that
say
as well.
it's very messy.
Like a fork and plate.
Fork and plate, like
Cake.
you would. The biggest,
Not bad.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
no,
throw it away.
no,
Definitely
none
would
of them are
have it.
bad. Which is it's been a theme throughout the entire series. You know, that's cool, right? Like, because the point is to lessen your fear to try to experiment and go outside of the box, which honestly for me is one of the biggest things that I wanted to kind of get out of this entire series. You get a lot of discovery and creativity from experimenting with
And trying
different
different things, yeah.
Change something up because you either don't have it or you're just curious. It's probably still gonna turn out like
Be really
something good. If you do try any of this and you go ahead and try the all-purpose flour, I mean, maybe let us know if you had the same thing happen with it getting stuck to the pan. Make some banana bread, and this banana bread recipe is really good.
Speaking of bananas,
Bananas.
I'm going bananas
I've gone bananas.
for that cool shirt.
Oh yeah, me too. Actually, I love this shirt. Really, I do. Like, this was actually your idea though. Spananas.
I know.
The Spanana shirt, which I think is super
It's
fun.
a couple bananas,
It's my favorite.
and they're
now.
at the spa. And they're in
Yeah.
like little chairs, and they're in little foot baths, and they got little robe things. I
it's
love it.
fun.
They're cute.
Yeah, I love this shirt. We have links in various places. So if you do have an interest in that, I'm sure if you just kind of look above or below or to the side or wherever, you'll find something. Hopefully you liked this series or this episode or something enough to come back and see us again next season. We're going to have a new show and 4 new episodes of a new Tabletop Eats show, Games
Yeah.
and Grub coming. And so make sure that you subscribe, follow, or whatever. So thank you for tuning in or clicking the button. I don't know if tuning in really is
Tuning in
appropriate.
works.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for
Tuning
watching.
in absolutely works. Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching. Always
Yeah.
works.
All right.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.